Congressman Acop, you recognize.
With the indulgence of the Honorable Majority Leader, kasi nalilito na po ako sa kwan eh. Compared to the hearing last September 11, 2024, ako po yung naglabas ng mystery of two contracts eh. The Sahi and the Lapot contract. Now, may I ask Mr. Sahi, ilan po bang bidding ang nangyari bago po kayo nagka-finalize ng investment management contract with Crown Desco?
Yes, Your Honor. The first bidding that was conducted was
Early in 2018.
April 20, 2018. That was the first bidding that was conducted. However, it was failure.
Okay.
So in between, we have July 2, 2018, and there are other date rather, which I fail to take note. However, it was on August 30 that we have made a final awarding because of the bid price that Crown bidded, which is more than our liability.
Yun po yung third bidding. Or fourth?
Fourth na ako. Last na ito, last.
Fourth.
Yes.
And according to my reports, it was a controversial one. Would that be correct? Kasi pinadidelay.
Yeah, that is yun na nga ang yung problema. Kasi our contract, itong mentioned by our deputy, as of April 17, ito ng final. And then it was acknowledged through their letter signed by practically all committee of the NEA na we will proceed with the bidding, of which the Crown won the bidding. So, here are the committee of the NEA. If I have to read their name.
No, it's okay, Mr. Sahi, kasi hindi naman po yun ang point ko. Ang point ko lang is that kayo po as president, ni-refuse ninyo na i-delay yung bidding na yun. Would that be correct also?
Hindi ho na delay.
Kaya nga ayaw ninyo na i-delay.
Yes, ayaw namin i-delay.
And because of that, did you come out with a resolution na i-dissolve yung ZAMCELCO Special Bids and Awards Committee?
Yes, there was during the August 30, supposed to be the schedule for the final bidding, nawala yung mga committee.
Yun po yung sinabi nyo yung nawala.
Oo, nawala.
Nawala.
So what we did, we made a board resolution relinquishing our position as board and then appoint as SBAC just to accommodate the problem of solving this
In other words, in-appoint ninyo yung mga sarili nyo para maging membro ng ZAMCELCO SBAC
Yes.
because wala po yung mga
Wala.
members
Yes.
doon sa kwan. Now, sinunod nyo po ba lahat proseso ng bidding?
Yes.
Pursuant to Republic Act 9184?
Oh, we follow the proceeding.
And therefore, because of that, you proclaimed Crown Desco as the winning bidder.
Yes, we awarded to the DISCO.
Now, dahil po sa ginawa ninyo, Mr. Sahi, yung NEA, dinisolve po kayo. Would that be correct?
The dissolving was already sometimes October na yun.
Kaya nga, pero ang rason bakit kayo dinisolve,
Yeah.
it was because of your
Yes, of that.
act of constituting yourselves as members of the SBAC,
Yes,
which is not in accordance with the law.
yes.
Tama po ba?
Tama ho.
Yes. Now, So in other words, yung award ng kontrata doon po sa Crown Desco was done nung kayo pa ang nakaupo.
Oo.
You were not still deactivated.
Yes.
Kasi ang in the last hearing, hindi ko ma-pinpoint kung anong date nangyari yung lapot contract eh. And I think that was also the issue raised by the Honorable Majority Leader. Tama? Saka pakikinig ko po dun sa proseso natin kanina
Yes, so,
sa pagtatanong. Now, yung pagka-dissolve po sa inyo, nag-appoint ng NEA ng Board of Directors.
yan na ang hindi namin alam.
Oh,
Because,
kasasagot ni attorney kanina na it's composed of yung task force. If I remember it right. Di po ba, attorney? Yes. And maino, kung meron pong taga-Sambuanga doon sa inappoint ng NEA,
Your Honor, yung lahat ng members ng Duterte Task Force were all general manager of the different cooperative, not taga-Sambuanga. That's why si Laput was assigned as manager and the rest were yung board. Not from Sambuanga. They're all GM from the different cooperative from Mindanao, Luzon and Visayas.
Okay. Thank you. Pero yung kontrata nyo sa yung investment management contract with Crown Desco ay pinirmahan nyo po bago kayo na-deactivate.
Yes.
Okay. Now, that is now, Mr. Chair, the first contract, the Sahi contract, which according to the good attorney, was signed on April 17, 2018. Tama po ba yun? Kasi kung April 17, 2018, if I remember it right, yung third or yung fourth ninyo na bidding was in August of 2018. Paano nagkaroon ng kontrata ng earlier than August of 2018? Kasi yun ang sabi ni attorney eh. The date of the Sahi contract was April 17, 2018. Samantalang yung bidding, the third or fourth bidding was done in August of 2018.
May have you, no? Actually, itong contract na sinasabi na April 17, hindi pa ito pinirmahan namin. I signed the contract upon yung approval, yung winning bidder na. When we already award.
Kaya hindi ko po sinasabi, Mr. Sahi, na pinipirmahan nyo yung kontrata o pinirmahan nyo yung kontrata na wala pang winning bidder.
Yeah.
Ang tinatanong ko po sa inyo, ang hindi ko po maintindihan ay yung mga biddings na nangyari regarding this investment management contract ay nangyari po ng 4 na beses.
Yes,
And the last one I think was August of 2018.
yes.
Na nanalo ang Crown Desco. Bakit sinasabi ni attorney ngayon, the Deputy Administrator of NEA, na ang Sahi contract which we're talking about ay pinirmahan of April 17, 2018. Paano nangyari yun?
If I
Mr.
may.
Chair?
Yes,
If I may.
Deputy Administrator
If I may,
Lee,
Mr.
you're
Chair.
recognized.
Sir, just to clarify, the one that I was pointing out earlier was that the IMC or the contract signed by Mr. Sahi, if we will look at the upper leftmost portion, is dated April 17, 2018. That is the version of the IMC which had failed in 2 biddings. Hindi ho ito yung kontrata na ni-revise na for the 4th bidding.
Actually, the first bidding was conducted on April 17.
Yes, and it was declared...
And the contract was signed on April 17.
No.
Tama ba?
No, Mr. Chair. The first bidding was declared a failure on March 27, 2017. The second bidding was declared a failure on June 8, 2017, such that the contract that was signed by Mr. Sahi, as indicated in the the rightmost upper portion of the contract, is the version of the IMC on the two failed biddings. That is why it indicated there April 17 version. Nag-fail po ang dalawang biddings na yan. And then yung third bidding po, nag-fail po uli. And that is why on August 17, 2018, the SBAC of Samselco sent to NEA an amended TOR. And in fact, NEA PSP issued a letter to Mr. Sahi approving the new TOR of the IMC. So hindi po yun ang approved because that version of the contract was for the phase two, the first two failed biddings. Kaya nga ho, in-improve or in-amend ang TOR dahil ho nag-fail ang bidding. So, NEA has no personal knowledge, and in fact, I am looking at the after-mission report of the person that NEA sent to Samselco during its special general membership assembly. There is nothing in the report that indicates here, and I am relying on the after-mission report, that the contract was submitted or recited before the General Membership Assembly. As I have also mentioned earlier, there were only, as indicated in the minutes of the Special General Membership Assembly, the business was the presentation of the result and the confirmation of the General Assembly. That is why we're trying to point it out. And as I have mentioned earlier, if you are to look into, again, the contract signed by Mr. Sahi, you will see that the parties there, the parties to the contract, had just been handwritten. And the acknowledgement, the acknowledgement or the notarization is dated August 28, 2018, while the parties, as can be seen in the contract, was signed on August 31, 2018. Well, that is an infirmity altogether. How can there be an
Nauna yung
acknowledgement?
notaryo bago yung
Nauna po.
pirma?
Nauna po ang notaryo bago po ang pirma.
At sino po yung nakapirma? Si? And who are the parties to the contract?
In fact, if you will still also notice it, the assembly was made on September 11.
They who are the parties to the contract?
It is Mr. Sahi.
I thought the August 29 is Laput contract.
No, that is the other contract. That is the one that was approved by NEA and which already incorporated the amended TOR. If you will look at the contract signed by Mr. Laput,
What date is that?
Yes. You will look at the upper leftmost hand portion. August 29, 2018, IMC fourth round. This is the final bidding. So this is the contract that already incorporated the amended terms of reference. The one that was signed by Mr. Sahi was the version of the contract for the failed two biddings.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, please continue, Congressman Acop.
Mr. Sahi had someone also sign the contract with him. Tama po. A certain Mr. Marvy Espejo. Would that be correct?
Mr. Yes. It would appear in the contract that the other signatory is Marvi
Espejo.
M. Espejo.
Now, who signed the Lapot contract together with Mr. Lapot? It would be the same Marvi Espejo. Tama po ba?
Yeah.
If I may speak, Mr. Chair, to represent Crown Investment,
Yes, Attorney
Joseph Castillo po.
Joseph Castillo, you're recognized.
Good morning.
Mr. Chair, may I know if the good attorney would answer my question?
Yes, sir. As representative of Mr. Marvi Espejo, I was also counsel of Crown at the time, so I'm also privy with the transactions.
Okay, please continue.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. Good morning, Honorable Committee and Honorable Chairman. Your Honor, if you will note, the April 17, 2018 contract is an old version. We confirm that this is an old version. But this was the one given to us at the time of the bid, when we bid for the contract. If
Mr.
you
Chair,
will note,
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman
could you
Acop.
please define, clarify old contract? Kasi we're speaking of first and second. We're not speaking of old and new contracts here.
just to thank you, Mr. Chair, if I may respond.
Yes, please continue.
The timeline, as mentioned repeatedly by Danea, there were several biddings already. And we were informed of all those failures, and we knew that there was an old version of the contract, and this is the April one. We are not aware that there was a revised IMC at the time that we bid. But looking at the NEA chronology of events, at the time that we bid, August 30, August 29 on page 7 of the Special Board Resolution number 5 of NEA, there was a revised IMC issued by the PSP Committee. That's the Private Sector Participation Committee of the NEA. This, I'm not privy to the correspondence, but it was supposedly sent to the Samselco email on the same day. But I'm not aware if it was given to the board at the time that we bid on August 30, 9 a.m. So what we submitted, as you know, as part of the bids, you submit a signed contract of the IMC as part of your bid procedures. So we submitted an earlier version signed contract just to comply with the bid, that this is the contract that we are going to sign if we win the bid. So that is just part of the submission, Sir Honor. Now, when we won the bid, there was a change of leadership, as again confirmed by NEA. We were asked to sign this revised IMC when it was during the approval process of the NEA. And of course, at the time, it was a new leadership under Lapot and then under the task force. So, as a bidder, alam naman po natin lahat ng government procedures, these contracts are contracts of adhesion. Very difficult for us as a bidder to negotiate. If we didn't know at the time that noong August 29 pala may bago ng contract, and then it was presented to us by the NEA that this is the revised, we signed. Just to note ho, may comparison din po ng two contracts. And I believe it's unfair to say that it's disadvantageous because one significant change in the two contracts, the Putik property, which was valued at around 1.5 billion at the time, was removed as part of net cash if it was sold. So as you know, net cash is part of the remuneration that in IMC can recover. So that's a significant change from the version that we signed and the eventual final contract.